Hello Leafs Nation, welcome back to your go-to channel, Toronto Maple Leaf News Network. Today we have for you 3 jam-packed updates about our Leafs that have just come to light within the last few hours. So if you are a true Leafs fan, you don't want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, we request you that if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop. So let's start today's first jam-packed updates. Update 1. Maple Leafs on high alert, the waiting game for a Blockbuster trade. Get ready, Leafs Nation, because the Toronto Maple Leafs are not done making moves. The team has been sitting on a potential trade, and the big question is not if they will pull the trigger, but when. General Manager Brad Treliving has been extremely busy working the phones, but his major summer acquisitions are most likely complete. The Maple Leafs have said they will probably start the 2025-26 season with their current roster. However, this is all just setting the stage for what could be a massive in-season trade. The departure of superstar Mitch Marner has given the team a huge amount of salary cap flexibility. Treliving has been active, but too much turnover before the season starts could disrupt team chemistry at training camp. The early part of the season is crucial for the team to define clear roles and see which players are ready to step up in Marner's absence. The plan could be to follow the path of the Florida Panthers from last season, who made significant in-season acquisitions to help their championship push. The Panthers' deals for Seth Jones and Brad Marchand were well-timed, as they were acquired for much less than what they would have cost earlier. The Leafs have a few players who are prime trade candidates. Brandon Carlo, a right-shot, defensively reliable defenseman, could be used to acquire a forward who can score or a puck-moving defenseman. Even Scott Laughton, who joined the team at the trade deadline last season and has yet to discuss an extension, could be a movable asset. Some of our depth forwards, like David Kampf, Calle Jarnkrok, or Nick Robertson, might also be part of a package deal. The team has been linked to forward Jack Roslovic and defenseman Matt Grzelcyk, who could fill a top 6 or bottom pair role. Ultimately, the timing of Treliving's next move is what could determine if this season is a huge success or a colossal failure. Injuries, a slump in offensive production, or a trade offer that's too good to refuse could all push the Leafs to act. Toronto has the luxury of being patient, watching and waiting for the ideal moment to strike. By late October or early November, it should be clear if the Leafs are a top contender. If they are, Treliving will be ready to make a move he has likely been preparing all summer. The team is not standing still, and the biggest question isn't if a trade will happen, but when. Update 2. The Maple Leafs' intriguing defensive dilemma. A potential player swap. Leafs Nation, let's talk defense. The Toronto Maple Leafs have a surplus of NHL-caliber defensemen with 9 players on the roster. Despite this, the team has been linked to top free agent Matt Grzelcyk. He is known as a good puck-moving defenseman, which is something the Leafs could really use. According to NHL insider James Myrtle of The Athletic, the Leafs might be looking to trade away a defenseman to make room. Myrtle points out that the team has 6 solid, established defensemen right now: Chris Tanev, Jake McCabe, Morgan Rielly, Carlo, Oliver Ekman, Larson, and Simon Benoit. The front office wants to bring in another puck mover, which would likely mean trading one of their more defensive-minded players. This move would address a key issue the team faced last season, particularly in the playoffs against the Florida Panthers. The Leafs struggled to handle the Panthers' forecheck, which came down to their inability to break out, move the puck, and maintain pressure in the offensive zone. Myrtle believes that General Manager Brad Treliving and Coach Berube have to find a way to solve this problem, or they'll just be hoping for better luck next spring. The logical player to be moved is Brandon Carlo. His name has been in trade rumors all off-season. While it might be hard to believe the Leafs would trade him so soon after paying a steep price to acquire him at the trade deadline, he is one of their most valuable trade chips. Right-shot, minute-munching defensemen like Carlo will always have a market in the National Hockey League. He could be a key part of a deal to bring in some scoring to help the team recover from losing Mitch Marner. Carlo is currently in the 5th year of his 6-year, $24.6 million deal. Myrtle also suggests that the Maple Leafs are still looking to add another forward to their top 6. He doesn't believe that new additions like Matthias, Maccelli, Roy, and Dakota Joshua will be enough, especially since at least 2 of them should be in the bottom 6. The team has been linked to Jack Roslovic, who could play a top 6 role, but this would likely require the Leafs to trade a forward or 2, such as David Kampf, Calle Jarnkrok, and Nick Robertson. The biggest reason Carlo could be traded is that Toronto doesn't have a lot of other valuable assets, and a big right defenseman like him has a lot of value for other teams. Update 3. The Great McDavid Debate. Can the Maple Leafs afford to wait? And for our final update, Leafs Nation, let's talk about a name that has been on every fan's mind, Connor McDavid. This is a crucial topic because it impacts how the Leafs are building their team right now. There's a lot of chatter out there about the Maple Leafs potentially waiting to see if they can land the generational talent of McDavid, who could become a free agent next offseason if he doesn't sign an extension with the Edmonton Oilers. Some people believe that the Leafs front office, led by general manager Brad Treliving, is playing the long game, having a quieter offseason in order to position themselves for a big move next summer. After all, gaining a player of McDavid's caliber would be an absolute game changer for the franchise. The theory is that if the Leafs struggle this season, it might even be a calculated step back to ensure they are in the best position possible to make a run at number 97. But, as we've learned, the situation for this team is never that simple. Our very own Toronto Maple Leaf News Network has been looking into this, and according to NHL insider James Myrtle of The Athletic, waiting for McDavid is a gamble the Leafs simply cannot afford to take. As Myrtle puts it, this core is older. There's not a lot coming. You've heard this before. But what it means is the Leafs aren't in a great position to wait for anyone, even McDavid. He's not wrong. The team has a core that is in the middle of their prime, and patience is a luxury they may not have. The fan base is already restless, and a season of taking a step back could get very ugly. The Leafs need to be in win-now mode. They can't just sit on their hands hoping for a dream scenario that may never happen. This is a high-pressure, pressure cooker franchise, and the team needs to make moves that will help them this season. Treliving has been in constant contact with other general managers and has even been linked to players like the Utah Mammoth's Mikhail Sergachev, who would instantly give the Leafs a top-pairing defenseman. Acquiring Sergachev would cost a ton, but it's the kind of bold win-now move this team needs to make. So, what does this all mean? It means the Maple Leafs are actively trying to improve this team for the current season. While the possibility of landing a player like McDavid is a tantalizing thought, the team's priority has to be winning now with the roster they have. Treliving will continue to look for deals that can help this team push for a championship because, as Myrtle said, they just can't afford to wait. The entire situation remains fluid, and we will be here to bring you every single update as it happens. That's all for today's updates, Leafs Nation. Thank you for tuning in and staying on top of all the latest news with us. What do you think about these updates? Should the Leafs be more patient and wait for a chance at McDavid? Or do you agree that they need to make a move now? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. We'll see you next time. Go Leafs, go!